Last time, okay. So last time we talked about the noun phrases, is it right? And also we mentioned the two kinds of sentence. Do you remember the two type of sentence?
Yes.
Yes. What are they?
One minute, please.
Yeah. Okay. I'm waiting. Let me close the recording. So we mentioned last time, okay, according to the type of sentence, we said that there are two types, which is closal sentence and composed sentence. We mentioned that also the differences between a clause and a phrase. We said that the clause is subject and verb, while the clause, while the phrase, sorry, it depends on the what is the phrase about, whether it is noun phrase or verb phrase, okay? And we mentioned that, the noun, we call it noun phrase because there are, the head of the phrase is noun and another words are just dependents, okay? توابع.
Okay.
And yeah, and also we mentioned that here we got there are different categories for nouns. We talk about also the words and lexemes. Okay, we talk about each words has lexemes. يعني كل كلمة لها أصل. Okay, we said like we mentioned the two examples, which is about cats and dogs like this, and cat by repeating the same noun, but one singular, so one plural. We said that, okay, that they are different forms at the same lexeme. And then we continue to talk about, here we go. We are going, which is, this information is very important. We are going to talk about it, okay? Which is the coordinator clauses and subordinate. The coordinator, we mentioned that, coordinator actually is, what is it? Usually have in the sentence, okay? What, like, and, but, and, or. While the subordinate clause, okay, what do we have in the subordinate clause? We have that, who, which. Coordinators and subordinators, we usually use them to compound between two clauses, okay, in order to make compound sentence. Like, for example, that handsome guy, okay, the one who who helped me yesterday, okay? So who helped me yesterday, this is subordinator clause. Why we said that subordinator? Because we used who, okay? So who, that, which, those are subordinators. While coordinators clauses, for example, any sentence, okay, any compound sentence by using but and and. For example, I'm teaching English as an academic and non-academic, for example. So this is and, so this is coordinator, okay, which
Okay.
is now you understand it.
Yes.
Okay, now let's move on. Actually, hold on. Now let's move on to continue with okay, with the nouns. Okay, here we go. Nouns. We talk about the type, the words and lexeme and categories, or also the part of speech. You know, we said that here, you know, to repeat it again. The sentence usually in English, it is consists of, you know, nouns, verbs, adjectives, determinatives, adverbs, preposition, coordinators, and subordinator. Oh, here are, you know, here they are, you know, provided us with examples with about coordinator and subordinator. Good point. Now I've noticed. Anyway, so we will talk about what, you know, each one of these, you know, one by one. Okay. So here we go. Nouns. The dog part, you know, that is so. We saw you. So where are the nouns here? They underline it already. Okay, like
Dog
the
and
dog.
so.
Yes, so and we and you. Okay,
Okay.
because so there are how many types of actually of nouns. I mentioned also last time that according to the nouns we have, you know, the nouns like names of, you know, people, okay, or animals or inanimates, which is you know, it means جماد أو كائن غير حي. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so here it's written also the meaning, you know. Noun is category containing words denoting all kind of, you know, physical objects such as, you know, persons, it should be people, animals, and inanimate objects like cat, tiger, man, woman, flower, diamond, you know, till the end. Now we will continue talking about nouns. What is the function of noun? Okay, what is the function of noun? We said that whenever we had nouns, so there should be, okay, noun phrase. So let's just start with, okay, the function first, then we are going through the inflection. Now, the function of nouns, okay, which is noun phrase all the time, okay? But, and I mentioned last time actually, noun phrase, we usually use them either before, you know, before the, or let me, after the verb or, you know, in the subject, okay? So,
Okay.
so noun phrase can be subject of the sentence or can be, you know, object, which is object means after the verb. So here,
Okay.
those are the, you know, the function of nouns in the sentence. Why we are learning such information? Because it's really, you know, very necessary, okay, for all of the students to know how, where to put, you know, each word in its place. Because there are a lot or huge differences between, okay, our mother tongue language and the, you know, and any new languages. So in order to compose sentence correctly, you need to know each words, the category of each words, and, you know, its place. Is it right?
Yes.
Yes. So that's the reason actually. And this is academic. Now let's go to the inflection. We mentioned that, okay, the function of the noun phrase might be object or subject. According to the inflection, you know, we also, you know, said that, you know, the nouns usually can be either singular or plural, like cat, cats, tiger, tigers, man, man, okay? And there are, you know, according to the plural, we have, you know, regular plural and irregular plural, okay? Like here, man, main, this is irregular plural. Woman, women, this is irregular, okay? The regular we usually put S to the noun in English. And this is obvious, I think. Now, here we go.
أنسى هنا شرط يكون إنه جمع ولا ما دخل أي كلمة مضاف إلى اس.
No, we mentioned that, you know, the inflection, okay, according to the inflection, انعكاسات الاسم في الجملة, you know, it might be just two, you know,
أوكي
either
أوكي.
singular or plural. That's all. We don't have any inflectional forms, you know, more than that, according to the nouns. There are only two inflectional forms to the noun, which is, you know, singular or plural. Okay?
Okay. Like
Yeah.
she plays.
No, plays. You okay? Good job. You said she plays. So play here is verb. It's not a noun.
Yes.
Like orange, oranges, for example. Orange, one orange. Oranges, it means so many. Is it
Okay,
right?
okay.
Do you
I
understand? So
understand.
here, yeah. So here we are talking about only noun. Okay, I'm specifying my speech only according, detecting, talking about noun. Now,
Okay.
yes. Okay, now we are going to move to the second point, which is the differences from traditional grammar. We mentioned that usually the nouns category covers common nouns like, uh, you know, common noun like hospital, university, universe, uh, planet, whatever. Okay, proper nouns like, for example, people's name, like country's name. This is, we call it proper nouns. Washington, Europe.
Okay.
Australia, like this, the name of countries, the name of people, the name of cities, rivers, oceans, seas, whatever. We call it, this is proper nouns. And the pronouns, which is, I, you, she, he, at the end. Okay, so here, those are the type of, the three type of nouns, okay, in traditional English or traditional grammar. And that's all, okay, according to the noun. Now we said that, noun denoting all kind of physical object. يعني الأسماء تمام بنشير إلها بأي شيء physical object. okay. مثل أسماء الأشخاص، الحيوانات، أو الأشياء
جماد.
أو الغير كائنة، الكائن الغير حي.
كمان جماد، الطاولة، تيبل مثلا،
Yes,
شيء،
yeah,
كرسي.
like cat also, cat, it's considered like animal. Okay, like table, like machine, you know. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. And we mentioned that also inflection, the inflectional forms of the nouns in sentence, singular, plural. We said that the function is the MB, okay, which is noun phrase, and it can be subject, it can be object. At the end, okay, we mentioned that, if you want to characterize actually the nouns in sentence or in English in general, we said that there are, three types of nouns: common nouns, proper nouns, and pronouns. Okay, that's
Okay.
all. Now we are going to talk about verbs. We mentioned that, a verb usually play the role of the verb phrase in sentence. Okay, like here we go. Okay, okay, let's read the examples. The building collapse. Okay, they know the rule. Okay, here they are talking about meaning. Yeah, okay, understand. Now, according to the verbs, there are two type of verbs. Okay, like I opened the door. Usually when you open the door, there should be kind of movement. Is it right?
Yes.
Yes. So whenever, the verbs need such kind of movements, okay, we call them actions verb.
Action
Okay.
verb.
Yeah, action verbs.
Okay.
Yeah, because it needs action. It needs kind to move on, to move, to do this type of action.
Okay.
And also we got the second type of verbs, which is the stative verbs. Okay. What
Okay.
does it mean that, do you know the stative verbs? Usually the stative verbs, let me mention this. Usually the stative verbs, okay, do not accept the ing form. Like, maybe in this way you will remember them, like know, like suppose, like realize, like recognize, like smell, feel. There are a lot,
Okay.
there is,
Okay.
five
I know
type,
them.
I think, of the stative verbs. Okay. Verbs
Okay.
of sense, there verbs of mental, okay, and we call it, okay, and other verbs. So those verbs, they usually don't accept the ing form. So here we have, like they don't need any type of action. For example, I realized that. When I say I realize, this is a mental. Is it right؟ هذا الشيء يعني بيحدث بعقلنا، يعني أنا أدركت هذا الموقف بعقلي. Okay? So we call it stative. That's why we call it stative verbs. Okay? Now, the inflection. Okay. What are the inflection? According to the verbs, you should know we got the, infinitive, the past, which is here in this book. They told us that a past tense is remarked by, perturate. Okay, we call it like perturate. So we got past and present. Okay, and past participle actually. So there are two type of inflection in any, to the verb in English, which is present, past, and past, participle. Put this in mind because, past participle is not mentioned here, but it's also in the, the inflectional form of the verbs in sentence. Like, for example, he has given me the file, okay, from 2 days, okay? So he has given me. So given here the past participle. And this is the inflectional form of verbs. We know that, the present, which is the easiest one, okay? Like, with she, he, it, we put the S to the verb in present simple. And, we usually put the ing before verb to be in present continuous, and also, so it means, present, it means all type. Present tense, it means present simple, present past, present perfect, okay, and all type of present. While the pretty rate, which is mean the past simple, past continuous, past perfect also, which is all type of, past tense. Here we got the two examples. She worked in Paris. He knew the answer. She works in Paris as for the present common. She knows the answer. They work in Paris. They know the answer. So here they are showing us that the singular subject, she and he, occurs with the present, tense forms with works. Whenever we have she, he, it, we put the present tense form of like works if the verb is work, or knows. While in the, in the perturate, which is the past tense, we put the ed if the verb is regular. Okay?
Okay.
Now let's continue and talk about the function. Okay, the function of the verbs in sentence. Usually, verbs usually characterized to occur the head of verb, phrase. We mentioned that, okay, as a predict in a clause. Last time we talked about the predict, okay, in clause. Hold on. Okay, I'm so sorry, but I got a child and he all the time interrupts me. Yeah.
No problem.
So yeah, let's continue. We talk about the function of verbs. We said that, the verb, okay, the verb occur as the head of the, verb phrase, as a predicate. We mentioned the predicate means the complement of the sentence after the, subject. So we mentioned last time that we have subject and predicate. Do you remember? Subject, yeah, which might be the noun phrase, predicate, which consider like a complement, تكملة الجملة. So the, here also they telling us the same point. The verb phrase, it's kind of predicate, okay?
Okay.
Because we call it predicate because it predicts what the noun, what the noun does, for example. يعني مسمينها predicate like kind of تنبؤ، لأنه ال predicate تتنبأ لنا شو ال subject، أوكي؟ أو شو الاسم هو عم يفعل، شو الفاعل، شو دوره للفاعل في الجملة. For example, he knows. So here, the predicate knows, okay, he knows the truth. He knows the truth. So here knows the truth, which is the verb phrase, okay?
Okay.
Knows the truth, which is the verb phrase. And we consider it as predicate because it predicts what the subject does in the sentence. Okay, here we got some examples. She left the airport. She left the airport. Okay, so here, left the airport here, this is the verb, the verb phrase, okay, after she. He seemed mature. Mature, what does it mean, mature?
I don't know.
Mature knowledge.
Knowledge?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, this is according to the verb phrase. Now, if I said, for example, she arrived to the airport. Okay, where is the verb phrase here?
Arrive
To the airport. All of
to,
it.
yeah, all of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's continue to the subclasses of the verb. We mentioned also last time. Oh, I mentioned a lot of things, last time.
Mhm.
Okay. We mentioned also last time that, we got according to, to the verbs, okay? We also can consider that if you want to classify the verbs in sentence, there are auxiliary verbs and lexical verbs. We mentioned that also the auxiliary verbs, which is verb to be, verb to do, verb to have, and modals. According to the lexical verbs, which is the main verbs. يعني هي الأفعال المعجمية أو الأفعال الأساسية في الجملة. Okay?
Okay.
يلي هي we can divide it into two, action and stative. Okay? With
Okay.
auxiliaries, usually we call it helping verb. But because your study is academic, so you need to be familiar with auxiliary. We don't need to say anymore, helping verb. We say auxiliaries now. So here we got two examples about, the auxiliaries and lexical. Can you speak French? So this is why, okay, here they are telling us, okay, we cannot usually make any type of interrogative, istifham, or questions without using the auxiliary. We cannot say that, speak you French. This is Arabic, actually. تحكي فرنسي,
Oh.
from the two. تحكي فرنسي, So this is,
Mhm.
this is literal translation. يعني هي ترجمة حرفية for our mother tongue. Well, but in English we usually use the helping verb or the auxiliaries. We cannot make any interrogatives without using the auxiliaries. Okay. Now take a break and hold on a minute.
Okay.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Okay. Now, here we go. So we said that, auxiliary are usually followed, okay, by a verb. So here is the point. Let me highlight it. Auxiliary are usually followed by another verbs, okay, as can or do or have, has, okay, like the following examples, you know. So for example, notice that also it will rain. They are working in Paris. She had gone home. The words will, are, here, and has or are, all of these, those are, you know, auxiliaries. Okay?
بده يكون يعني عندنا غير الفعل فعل مساعد كمان.
Yes. هون عم بيقولوا لنا إنه عادة الأفعال المساعدة بتجي قبل الليكسيكال verb بحالة السؤال. أوكي؟ تمام؟ وحتى ممكن بالحالة البوزيتيف for example it will rain. Will here is auxiliary. Rain, this is lexical verb. Is it right? So we
Yeah.
use in the future tense في زمن المستقبل we use the auxiliary will plus the lexical verb or the infinitive we call it. You know, and here, you know, they are working. So most of the time, usually, the auxiliaries we replace, you know, stands before the lexical verbs in sentence.
Okay.
Okay, that's according to the verbs. Did you understand it?
Yes.
Okay, let's move to the adjectives. Okay, so according to the adjectives. Okay, if we want to characterize actually the adjectives, we need to know, forget the meaning first. We are going to go to the function
أنا
because let's read.
الأدجكتيف بصراحة بخربط فيها كتير.
شو هي؟
الأدجكتيف.
Adjectives, you know, in Arabic we call it صفات.
إيه هو الصفات؟
Yes.
أنا بخربط
So,
فيها بالعربي والإنجليزي.
okay. You know, we use it to describe something. Descriptive. نستخدمهم لنوصف الأشياء أو المواقع أو المكان أو situation الحالة you know attitude الموقف. Okay. So we use them in when you understand, you know, when I will demonstrate the adjective, you will
في
understand them.
الأدجكتيف بتاخد إضافات ولا بتجي مجردة بدون إضافات؟
لا والله بتاخد إضافات.
ما أنا
أيوة.
هو هون بخربط، هون بصير خربطة معي.
بس في نوعين للadjectives. You know, this is from out of your book, but I will mention it to you. For example, يزن.
فينا
You
نعتبر
know,
الأدجكتيف noun.
no, we use it before noun or after the verb.
أوكي.
Okay. عادة الصفات بنستخدمها قبل الاسم. For example, an expert doctor يعني الطبيب الخبير. Expert here like you know adjective. ليش؟ لأنه وصفت لي الدكتور. صحيح؟
أوكي.
For example, marvelous city. Marvelous here, you know, the exaggeration adjective of wonderful. Marvelous. يعني هي الصفة المبالغ فيها لصفة الwonderful. Marvelous
أوكي.
city.
marvelous.
So yeah, for example, Istanbul is a marvelous city.
أوكي.
Okay. So here, a marvelous city. Marvelous here adjective. Where is the noun city? So we use it marvelous city before the noun. Okay. Let me try. We also can use it in the noun phrase before. يعني بالnoun phrase كمان قبل الاسم. For example, you know, the good lesson provides us with examples. يعني الدرس الجيد بيزودنا بالأمثلة. Okay, the good lesson. So good here is adjective. When إجا before noun. Okay. For example, if I want to describe you, Yazan is a gentleman. Gentleman here, what does it mean? It describes you. Okay?
عفوا أنا هلا رجعت بس لأنه إجتني مكالمة.
Okay. So, وين آخر كلمة سمعت؟
آخر شي كنا عم نحكي عن اسطنبول. شو كانت الكلمة نسيتها.
Marvelous.
مارفلس
Yeah.
أنا لأنه أول مرة بسمع فيها ما بعرفها.
Yeah.
مارفلس.
Yeah, I intend to mention some words which is this is the first time you hear it because I want you to ask me. This is evoking you to learn a new vocabularies.
أوكي.
Yeah, I'm using this technique with with some of my students. It depends on the student itself.
Okay.
Anyway, forget about this point. We were talking about Istanbul is marvelous city. So here, marvelous, we use it before the noun, okay? And
أوكي.
also we can say, I give you another example, which is the good lesson provides us with example. So here good, okay, which is adjective, we use it to describe noun, okay, which is lessons.
أنا بس شغلة يعني خارج الدراسية.
Okay.
احنا مشتقين اسم مارفل من هي الصفة.
No، ما
مارفل
إلها
شركة
علاقة.
مارفل ولا ما
لا،
دخلت؟
ما عندي شركة مارفل.
شركة أفلام هي.
Okay, I don't know. I rarely watch movies or listen to music. You
أوكي.
won't find such a type, of a teacher like me because, when I want to listen to music, so I listen to music only to let my student, okay, to write the lyrics or to search for the lyrics of the songs in order to just entertain my student. That's all.
أوكي.
Yeah, and movies too, because I intend to let them watch, some senses, okay, from movies. But maybe, when I was younger, I'm used to watch, movies at that period. But nowadays, I don't have time. Anyway, so we were talking about adjectives, okay? There are two types of adjectives: standard, like beautiful, marvelous, like for example, what else? Nothing comes into my mind. Give me examples about.
About adjective.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Like and
Also colors we can use, for example, black, white, blue. All of these can consider like adjectives if you don't know.
can I say better.
Better.
فينا نعتبرها صفة.
Better. Is it meaning more?
No. عفوا خربطت أنا. beauty.
Beauty, yes. Beauty, yeah.
Beauty and so beauty and.
No, beauty. Beautiful. Beauty here, it means put it in a sentence. Put it in a sentence.
اوكي هلا beauty المبالغ فيه هو beautiful.
No. A beauty here, it's noun. It's not an adjective. That's why I ask you, okay, I ask you to put it in a sentence. Okay? If you are confused of something, try to have an example of it. Okay?
اوكي يعني فيني
Yeah.
اقول I have a beauty face.
No, I have a beautiful face.
Okay.
Okay? And according to the adjectives, you asked me how many types of adjectives do we usually have. I will mention you something. Usually have, according to the adjective, ed adjective and ing adjective.
Okay.
Like embarrassing. I remember last time when I fell down, it was really embarrassing. Okay? I
اوكي.
watched a movie last week which was really exciting, you know.
اوكي، يعني هي
I
بتتغير
love
حسب الزمان،
no
ما
I will
دخل بزمن الجملة.
yeah no ما دخلها. Let me provide you with more examples and then you will try to extract the root. For example, I like, for example, horror movies. I get really excited. Okay. Also,
اوكي.
I was really embarrassed when you asked me um about the I was really embarrassed when you asked me about why I didn't attend the class yesterday, for example. So here we have, I mentioned that two types of adjectives, which is ing and ed. Usually, for example, we cannot say I get exciting. This is wrong. Okay, I get exciting or I am excited to go out for in our trip this weekend. Okay, so
اوكي.
we use the ed adjective to describe our feeling, our emotions. Okay, throughout or during our experience in something. But according to the ing adjectives, okay, I like it was so embarrassing when I fell down yesterday. It was really embarrassing. So here, embarrassing, this is adjective.
Yes.
So the ing adjective, we use them to describe the situation, the attitude. يعني الايدي بنوصف فيهم مشاعرنا. تمام.
اوكي.
بنوصف فيهم مشاعرنا او العاطفه اللي نحن حسينا فيها بلحظه ما. اما الاي ان جي، تمام، بنوصف فيهم الحاله، بنوصف فيهم التجربه، بنوصف فيهم الموقف. but we don't use them to express ourselves.
انا فهمانة بس كثير قراب من بعض.
Yes, this is a little bit confusing, but maybe now you will pay attention for them.
اوكي.
Okay. Now let's again start with the adjectives. Okay, here we go. We mentioned that the adjectives, we use them to express properties of people or the concert or abstract things. يعني نحن بنستخدمهم ليوصفوا أشخاص أو أشياء مجردة. تمام، على حسب الموقف. We mentioned that. أعطونا they give us examples like the soup is hot. So hot here الشوربة حارة. Hot here is describing the soup.
adjective.
Yeah, هي صفة عم توصف الشوربة. Max
اوكي.
was jealous. Max was jealous. Jealous here يعني غيور. So Max
jealous.
jealous.
jealous. اوكي.
Yes. So jealous here is غيور. Okay. So here we have to, according to the function, they mention that there are two major functions here for adjectives, which is attributive and predictive. predictive أخذناها لهي من predict يلي هي صفة تنبؤية. اوكي.
اوكي.
والattributive هي الصفة المنسوبة للشيء. يعني أنا already في عندي clear evidence إنه هي هيك مواصفاتها. For example, you brought
the
something.
soup is hot like ما.
أيوة صحيح، برافو عليك. أما Max was jealous, this is we call it predictive. ليه؟ لأنه أنا
لانه اجت قبل
predictive.
ماكس.
لا لأنه أنا عم بخمن، أنا ما بعرفه كتير، بس هيك
اوكي.
باين معي إنه هو غيور، هو شخص مبين يعني. عرفت شلون؟ هو حدا
اوكي.
غيور. Okay. For example, here, let's read the example in order to let you understand. Some hot soup. Okay. Some hot
اوكي.
soup. For example, I need some hot soup. So here أنا عم بنصب الهات للسوب because for example I'm in a restaurant so I would like some hot soup يعني أنا بدي شوربة حارة أنا عم أكتب له إني أنا بدي شوربة حارة هون الصفة منسوبة تمام
اوكي
أنا
تمام.
ما عم بوصفها أما يعني أوكي عم بوصفها بس عم بوصفها إن تكون حارة بالضبط يعني. The second example a jealous husband فأنا already بعرفه إنه هو زوج غيور يعني فلهيك أنا قلت إنه he is a jealous husband.
اوكي.
The predictive اللي هي التنبؤي the soup is hot it sounds it for example you sound embarrassed you sound embarrassed أنت واضح عليك محرج or confused. By the way, when do we say that the listening is confusing or confused? Tell me what is the correct answer.
كيف؟
أقول for example you seem okay or you sound confused.
اوكي.
And if I want to say that the lesson today is confusing or confused, which one is correct?
Confusing.
Yes, perfect. So because we use the ing form of the adjective to describe the situation and experience and attitude, okay?
اوكي.
Okay, perfect. So here we go. Predictive. We mentioned that he became jealous. He gets red. He gets red. So it sounds that he became jealous. So here this is predictive. So what is the differences? Here we go. In the attributive use of the adjective function as a modifier to the following noun in M-based structure. Okay? So, بالattributive عادة الصفة بتكون modifier. modifier شو قلنا modifier معناها؟
بتكون لشرح الحالة.
أيوة مثل معدل يعني modifier معدل للنون عرفت شلون بيعدل النون.
مثل هون
Okay.
is the soup is hot. is hot.
yes أيوة
اوكي.
هون معدل يعني عم بيوضح لي أو يعدل لي النون شو هو بالتحديد. يعني أنا حصرا I'd like some hot soup. So here soup hot soup is hot is modifier معدل للنون.
مثل ما
تمام؟
مثلا اسطنبول is beautiful city.
No, this is
لا هون لا هون
predictive.
صار غلط.
لك رح أقول لك ليش. In predictive use, okay, we usually occurs after verb to be. يعني عادة الصفات التنبؤية وين تقع في الجملة؟ بعد الverb to be بعد some of the stative verbs like become, feel, sound, seem, تبدو. عرفت شلون؟
اوكي.
هيك.
مثلا the drink is freezing. متجمد هيك صح تصير؟
Okay, is cold or is freezing, yes. So here it is predictive. هيدي تنبؤي لأنه بعد verb to be. فقلنا الصفات التنبؤية عادة بتجي بعد
بعد الverb to be.
verb to be ومثل عم بيقول لك بعض الأفعال مثل become مثل feel مثل sound مثل seem هدول هن الأفعال الستيتس.
اوكي.
Okay. Now let's move on. Gradability and inflection يعني التدريج. We know that according to this is easy. Okay, we got two type of grades of the adjective, which is comparative and superlative. Okay, the comparative is by using er if the adjective is one syllable. If two syllable or more we use more. For example,
older and taller.
yes,
Something like that.
older, yeah, this is one syllable. Okay.
And taller.
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 Yes, taller. Yeah, this is one syllable. Okay, so we use in comparative we use to put er to to the adjectives.
Okay.
While if, if the adjective like beautiful, we cannot say beautifuler, oh, it's so hard. We say more beautiful than, for example,
Okay.
because it consists more of one syllable. يعني بتتألف من أكثر من مقطع صوتي. According to the superlative, we use est to the adjectives. Okay, and also if the if the adjective consists of two or more syllables, we use the must. For example, the most beautiful. Okay.
Okay.
Now we finish with adjectives. Let me try to ask you. We said that adjectives, okay, express people or abstract things. إنه الصفات بنستخدمهم ليوصفوا الأشياء المجردة أو الأشخاص أو المواقف أو التجارب blah 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 إلى آخره.
Okay.
And we mentioned إنه الfunction, okay, of the the adjectives, which is attributive and predictive.
Okay.
صفة تنبؤية وصفة منسوبة. وقلنا الانفليكشن هي الكومباراتيف والسوبرلاتيف. صحيح؟
Okay. صح.
okay. وقلنا موقع الادجكتيفز بالجملة إما قبل الأسماء
أو بعد
وبكون
الأسماء.
اسمها determiner، صحيح؟ أو
صح.
بعد الأفعال مثل
بعد الأفعال، بعد الverb to be.
بعد الverb to be أو some stative verbs like seem, like feel, like sound, okay?
Okay.
Or became or become. That's all, according to the adjectives. Now you can use them maybe clearly to compose a sentence in English.
Okay.
Okay, so here we got the following point, which is determinatives. What does it mean, determinatives? Determinatives is actually it is the category. Okay.
Category.
So
Okay.
يعني determinatives هي الكاتيجوري، هي الفئة.
الفئة.
while the function اللي هي الdeterminer. الdeterminers what are they? We usually use them in the end بالnoun phrase اللي هي a, an, and they. The.
Okay.
By the way, according to the pronunciation of the usually pronounce it the or the, or or the. The or the.
أنا إذا بخربط
American.
فيها كثير، يعني أوقات بضيفها
Yeah.
بيكون ما بدها إضافة، أوقات ما بضيفها بيكون بدها إضافة.
Okay, so you don't know where to use it. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, I will tell you. Usually we use, we are going to talk about here determinatives, okay? We
Okay.
mentioned that the determinatives, is the name of category, هي اسم الفئة, while determinatives, okay, this is the function. هذا العمل عملهم في الجملة. قلنا هنين the والA والan. Let's start with the easiest one. A. When do we use it? We use it with singular nouns مع الأسماء المفردة.
مع الأسماء المفردة، وبحال كانت بلشانة بمقطع ببدأ بالآ بنضيف
Yes.
يعني like
No. When we mention something for the first time. لما بنذكر شيء، أنا ما عم بحكي عن الآن، عم بحكي عن الA لحالها. إيه. فالA okay الA بنستخدمها before singular noun which is able to be countable. مثل pen. البن هو فيني عده، فبتصير a pen. book a book. okay.
table a table.
وهي بصراحة بنقلها indefinite. شو يعني نكرة؟
النكرة.
okay in English. الآن okay. بالنسبة للA sorry, when I mention something for the first time, for example, I read a book. The book is about you know prince and princesses. يعني أنا قرأت كتاب. لما ذكرت لك إني أنا قرأت كتاب، لما بذكر الشيء للمرة الأولى تمام بذكره مع الآي، لأنه هذا الشيء هو بالنسبة لك نكرة، أنت ما بتعرف عنه شيء. صحيح؟ لما اجيت بدي اوضح لك اسا المعلومه وضيف يعني additional information استخدمت ده، لانه الدا بنستخدمها when we want to mention something for the second time or when we want to define thing. and here I'm defining، يعني هون انا عم اعرف لك الكتاب اللي انا قرأته عن شو. Do you understand me? Do you understand me?
اوكي، يعني مثلا اذا لنا اول شيء لنا كتاب، بعدين بدنا نعرف الكتاب بنقول مثلا ذا هيستوري بوك، كتاب تاريخ
Yes.
هيك.
Yes. أيوة. The book is about history for example.
اوكي.
طيب بدي أقول لك شغلة مثلا. I'll give you another example. You went to your friend's house and this is the first time you visit him and you want to
اوكي.
bring water. You will tell him, I need some water. Okay, where is the kitchen? لأنه أنت أول مرة بتدخل بيته بتقول له where is a kitchen. صحيح؟
اوكي، لانه المطبخ
بالزيارة
مجهول بالنسبه لي مثلا.
مجهول. That's right. بالزيارة الثانية لعنده بتقول له I'm going to the kitchen to bring some water. أنا رح روح على المطبخ لأنه أنت already بتعرف وين المطبخ.
امم.
أوكي؟
اوكي. هلا هون صار الاستخدام يعني انه بجمله كام انه بحديث. طيب اذا ما كان في حديث، يعني مثلا كانت الجمله راح تبدا بالذا، ايمت بدي اعرف انا انه هون لازم استخدم او ما لازم استخدمها؟ بس وقت
I will
تكون
give you.
معرفه.
I will give you. According to the DA, okay, we use it with, you know, um, some oceans, the oceans, seas, and rivers, like the Pacific Ocean, like the Mediterranean يعني البحر المتوسط, or the Nile أو نهر النيل, the Nile River, okay. مع
اوكي.
البحيرات ما بنستخدمها.
أمم.
with
هلا مع الاسماء ما بنستخدمها. مثلا اذا بدي بلش بدي اقول ذا يونيفرسيتي،
طيب
اذا
بدي
هيك كانت نبلش
okay.
الجمله
Yes,
بستخدمها ولا لا؟
if you want to say the university, so the learner supposed to know which university you are talking about. تمام؟
اوكي اوكي فهمت.
يعني إذا أنت بدك تقول the university وتبلش جملة ب the university،
بدها
أوكي؟
تكون معروفه
ال ال
الثاني اللي عم تحكي.
لكن بدها تكون معروفة للشخص اللي عم يحكي معك. أما أنا في مليون شو اسمه
اوكي،
university.
يعني مثلا اذا انا عم
But
حكي واحد من
by the way,
مدينتي.
university, we usually say that, we usually use the dub, with university because university is common or proper nouns. هي أسماء معروفة مثل the
اه.
hospital، مثل the park، the gym. هلا إذا قلت لك I'm going to the gym، أنت إذا الجيم ما بتعرفها، الجيم نادي كل العالم تعرف
اه.
نادي. So with proper noun الأسماء المعروفة، مثل لما بقول لك the sun، لما بيكون في شغلة بالكرة الأرضية شغلة واحدة منها ما في اثنين، مثل the sun. ما بقول a sun لأنه هي sun واحدة
هي
أساسا.
معرفه لك على
لا هي معرفة، فهذا اسم معرف يعني موجود منه شغلة واحدة في الكرة. or the earth planet مثلا كوكب الأرض. إيش بالك بدي يستخدم ده؟ ما هو ما في غيره كوكب أرض. فهمت علي؟ or the Mars مثلا. عرفت كيف؟
اه
فبعض
فهمت.
الأسماء مثلا المعرفة هي بنستخدمها تمام، والمعروفة عند العالم ال common nouns هي immediately we use that because it's common. اوكي هي معروفة. This is proper nouns. والده بنستخدمها لما بدنا نذكر شيء للمرة الثانية. اوكي
اوكي.
مثلا بتقول I'm going to the supermarket، ما فينك تقول I'm going to a supermarket. لا، لأنه أنت already بتعرف مين هي. where is the supermarket that you are going to. Is it
لانه
right?
ما رايح على المجهول.
Yes. Yeah.
مم.
Now you understand it. Okay, now the bullet point here. Okay, when do we use an?
يعني فيني أقول I'm going to another country هون لأنه الدولة الثانية أنا ما بعرفها.
Another country, but you did not give me the determinator here.
أوكي.
Okay, another. You mentioned another.
أوكي. آه.
هلا عم بسألك أنا. When do we use an? An.
الآن مستخدمة وقت بيكون الفعل مبلش بحرف صوتي أو بده يكون بداية بداية اللفظ مبلشة بأ، مثلا
أيوة.
قبل حتى لو ما كانت الحرف
Yes.
بس بما
Yes.
إنه
Yes. Yes.
لفظة بدنا نضيف الآن.
You know, this is phonetics actually. هذا شيء متعلق في علم الصوتيات. تمام. تصحيحا لكلامك أنت قلت فعل قصدك تقول اسم.
عفوا إيه.
فالnoun الآن we use it before nouns that start with the schwa. الشوا هو لفظ الهمزة بعلم الصوتيات. مثل منقول an hour, a hour, orange, an orange. For example, if you want to say university, a university. Okay, منقول a university. For
مع إنه
example,
مبلشة بحرف صوتي بس ما شرط.
أيوة فهون لأنه this is the u here is not schwa. Okay, يعني أوكي مثل فيني أقول universe تجي بمعنى المجرة. أوكي universe أو الكون يعني universe. So universe here, okay, this is a universe. We call it A by using A. Also, for example, anniversary هي الذكرى السنوية anniversary. So we call it an anniversary. Okay. So now we learned when do we use the, a, and an, which are determiners. We said that there are two types of determiners, which is, you know, definite and non-definite, you know, determiners. Okay, like here, definite and indefinite. Definite start or in case of the, indefinite in case of a. Like I say here, pay attention to this examples, for example. I say, where is the dog? Why I mentioned the dog here? Because I supposed that you know the dog I'm talking about or I'm asking about. Okay?
Okay.
You know, here, you know, only if I am assuming that you know the dog I'm referring to. Do you understand it?
Yes.
Yes, good, perfect. Now let's move to the, you know, determinative versus determinative. Determinative, yes. Okay. Am I going to give you some point here? No. Okay. Okay. I mentioned this here. The point. Determinative. Determinative is the name of the category. Okay, and while determiner is the name of the function. That's all. You know, this is the differences only. Okay, is it clear?
Okay.
Okay. Now let's move on and continue with the adverbs. What are the adverbs?
Adverbs.
Yes. تعرفهم؟ You know, in Arabic, if you want to make it closer, يلي هي ظرف الحال أو ظرف adverb. But you know, usually don't translate the, you know, the grammatical words. يعني الأسماء القواعدية in English, especially we are learning here, you know, the syntax, you know, الصرف والنحو تبع الجملة. So don't even try to translate. ما تحاول تترجم. احفظها مثل ما هي. It's easier. Because, you know, there are some type of adverbs in English we don't have it in our mother tongue.
اوكي، الاضافات تبع الفعل مثل الاي ان جي والاي اي دي والاي اس وهيك.
لا 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 الادفيرب هو الظروف for example I will tell you here the most obvious adverbs are those derived from the adjectives by adding ly, like he drives slowly, she talks so fast. So fast here is adverb because it
اوكي.
tell me how. We usually ask about adverb by asking how. كيف
أمم،
كيف يقود السيارة؟ كيف
أمم.
تتحدث اللغة الإنجليزية؟ Okay, she speaks, for example, English fluently. Fluently here is adverb. Okay,
اوكي.
وعم بيحكوا لك إنه الcommon adverbs الcommon adverbs اللي هي adjective plus ly. Most of the students they know it.
أمم.
So here, for example, they are provided us with some examples like careful, carefully, certain, certainly, fortunate, fortunately, obvious, obviously, right, correctly, usual, usually. All of these, adjectives, we added ly, it turns to adverb. Do you understand it?
Yes.
Yeah, this
اوكي.
is clear out. Now, according to the adverbs, not only this, okay, search on search on Google, and this is going to be your task for the coming up lesson. Search about types of adverbs, because there are adverb of manner, adverb of degree. There are several type of adverbs. Maybe if we have time, I will describe them to you later on. But if I don't, so just try to do it yourself, okay? Google it,
اوكي،
types of
نطبع
adverbs, okay?
types of adverb. اوكي.
Adverbs. Now here the function. What are the function of the adverbs, in, the sentence? The function actually of the adverbs in a sentence differentiate from the adjectives. يعني بيختلف تماما عن الصفات, okay?
اوكي.
So here we go. There are 3 examples. Modifying a verb, يعني بيعدل الفعل. Okay, like she spoke clearly. He
أنا
spoke
هون بصير معي الخربطة بالصفات، يعني مثلا she speak carefully. كيف يعني carefully معنى صفة؟
carefully معنى صفة هي تتحدث بحذر.
بحذر.
Okay, she is careful هون بتصير صفة. طالما شفت
هي
ly, so
حريصة.
this is adverb. هي بتصير بحذر. مثلا
اوكي.
she spoke clearly تتحدث بوضوح.
هون بطلت صفة.
بوضوح. Okay, so if إذا
اوكي.
سمعت بوضوح بحذر ببطء بكذا, this is adverb. This is not,
اه
you
اوكي.
know yeah,
هون بطل صفة. اوكي
yes.
اوكي.
Okay, so here we said that the function of adverbs, the first one which is modifying the verb, okay, as the following example, because here clearly it modifies the verb spoke. I often see them. Okay, I often see them. Anyway, modifying an adjective. A remarkably good idea. So here I, remarkably, okay, this is adverb. It modified the adjective good. For example, I saw a jacket which was very expensive. Very here is also modifying the adjective. يعني هون very عم يعدل الصفة إنه هي كتير غالي. كتير غالي.
اوكي.
اوكي.
هون بطلت بس adverb ولا
لا لساها adverb. عم بقول لك يعني كيف بدي اقول لك عمل الادفيرب في الجملة. الادفرب في الجملة بيعدل الفعل، مثل لما بقول لك she spoke clearly, he drives slowly هو يقود ببطء، you know she speaks English fluently هي تتحدث الإنجليزية بطلاقة. أوكي، كل هدول الأمثلة الادفرب here modify عم بيعدل the verb.
اوكي، هون نحكي علاقة الفيرب بالادفيرب.
صحيح، إنه عم نقول الادفرب شو عملوا بالجملة، عم بيعدل لي الفعل that's all، عم بيعدل لي الفعل، عم بيوضح لي كيف يقوم الفعل، كيف يقوم الفعل. ask you know ask about adverbs with how. For example, how did she speak? She spoke clearly. Do you
اوكي
understand it?
اوكي
The second one, okay.
اوكي
قلنا modifying the adjective هي بتعدل الصفة، مثل ما بقول لك very expensive,
اوكي، غالي
very
كتير.
here, or pretty, pretty good, pretty good, pretty home, pretty, pretty also this is adverb. هي شو عم تعمل pretty good؟ عم بتأكد يعني عم تعدل على الصفة، عم تعمل لها تعديل للمعنى. فهمت علي؟
ايه فهمت.
okay, they are giving us it's very expensive.
اوكي، لا هلا وضحت.
اوكي هلا وضحت. اخر ممكن تمام الادفرب يعدل نفس الادفرب، لانه في عندنا كذا نوع من الادفربس. اوكي، مثل modifying an adverb، يعني الادفرب بيعدل الادفرب نفسه، مثل لما بقول لك I spoke English very well. will هي الادفرب و very adverb، فهون الادفرب عم بيعدل نفسه، مثل هون she spoke quite clearly. quite شو هي؟ adverb.
adverb وclearly هي
clearly
adverb.
adverb. طيب بدي أسألك سؤال، الquiet هون تمام هي modifying the verb spoke while clearly modifying the adverb quite. رح أقول لك ارجع عيدها.
أكيد.
الquiet in this sentence عم بتعدل على الفعل spoke. تمام، الquiet so she spoke quite. she spoke quite. quite هي عم بتعدل الفعل، بس clearly مين عم بتعدل لي؟
عم تعدل
quite.
quite. أوكي.
تماما. Do you understand it now؟
Yes.
فقلنا we have three functions تمام of adverbs: modifying verb, modifying adjective, modifying adverb. or فينك تعتبرها modifying itself، بتعدل نفسها، مثل كمان بالجملة الثانية it will end quite soon. so here soon modifying quite.
لا بس هي الجملة أنا ما فهمت شو صار معناها.
أنا
It
وحدة
end quite soon. It will end quite soon.
يعني
شو صار معناها؟
ستنتهي قريبا تماما، يعني
تنتهي قريبا
هالمعنى
تماما.
quite soon. you know we don't have to translate it literally but if want يعني
كيف يعني؟ لا أنا كيف عن شو بدي أقولها؟
for example our lesson will end quite soon.
أوكي هلا وضحت.
okay
أوكي.
okay now let's move to the second, which is preposition. and what time is it? okay, let's stop here. okay,
أوكي.
and tomorrow we will continue with the preposition,
preposition.
because
أوكي.
yes, and we are going to talk about preposition, subordinators, coordinators, such thing like that. So I need your mind to be quite clear. Quite clear. Clear?
quite clear. أوكي.
Yes. Okay. So here quite is modifying the adjective clear.
أوكي.
I'll search about the type of adverb. Okay, if I on my laptop, I think that I got such a file. If it still exists, so I will send it to you.
أوكي.
Okay, now let me stop the recording.